Neliswa is originally coming from the Eastern Cape.
As a person living with disability, how did the community and your parents, your siblings, how did they treat you?
They were supportive here and there, but I never got the full support. I was in hospital for a very long time. From birth, I suffered from polio. After I had my son, that's where I think problem started. I asked my teacher, can I please go out? I want to go to the loom. So the teacher said, no, it's not break time. That time I was really pressed. I messed up on myself. So I felt very bad because if it was the other child, not me, she was going to let her go.
Hi, hello there.
And
This
for
is
employment.
Zanzela, your
It's
host
really
for the
stressing. It's
Curiosity
really stressing.
Podcast show. Welcome
Like
once
being a
again.
parent, being
This
a
is a
single
show whereby
parent,
we answer many
and then
of your
everything
questions
is
that
just
you are curious about
on
in
you.
terms of living or in terms of how you treat a disabled person. And those questions, many of them have not been answered. And with me today, I've got my very special guest, a very beautiful one, Ncinitwa. Please, let's welcome her. Good evening. How are you?
I'm good, thanks, and yourself.
I'm also great. Thank you so very much. It's good to have you here today.
My pleasure. My pleasure, sir.
Finally, a lady is
Finally.
here. Neliswa, please, I just want you to talk about yourself involving your disability in terms of where you grew up.
Okay. Firstly, I would like to thank you for giving me this opportunity.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so Neliswa is originally coming from the Eastern Cape.
Okay.
And then from there, let's say after I've done my matric, then I came to Joburg
Yes.
because I wanted to further bring my studies. And then when I got here, I got a learnership. I did few of the learnerships. And then I think after two learnerships, that's when I got a permanent post from a company called,
Yeah.
yes.
Okay.
And then I was permanent there for 2 years, 10 months. But then
Yeah.
unfortunately the company went to the retrenchment. So I
Okay.
was retrenched. Then it was 2019. And ever since then, I've been unemployed. I've never worked. I've spent these on and off in learnerships and
Yeah,
stuff, and
yeah.
I'm really tired of them.
That's the life of a disabled person.
Yes, yes, that's the life of us.
We
People
live by
living with
these.
those challenges,
Yeah,
yes.
we live by these learnerships,
We live by
even if we
those
do not
learnership,
want them.
and we don't want them. We want permanent positions.
Yeah, because
Yes.
even after you acquire this certificate from this learnership, it doesn't help you.
Doesn't help us. Doesn't help.
You can
Really
even
doesn't
try and
help.
produce it to a company that is hiring for permanent positions. They don't want it.
They don't want it.
I
It's
once heard somebody saying, uh, even the work experience that you acquired from the learnership, it does not count as an experience. So, what are these learnerships for, actually?
I can say maybe that only boosting their BE status. Other than that, there's nothing. It's not because we're not gaining anything. It's few of people who will find them maybe ending up being employed, permanently employed. Other than that, they just pushing years and boosting their BE status.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So
So, you grew up in the Eastern Cape, right?
yes.
In which place? And how was it growing up there?
Okay, in the Eastern Cape, I was born in Queenstown,
Okay.
and then from my lower grades, I studied them in Bizana. Yes, I've studied in Bizana from primary until high school. It was a boarding school for people living with disabilities.
Okay.
Yes, so that's where I spend my whole life there, that side, because I would only go home during the short
Holidays.
holidays, not the long ones, even the
Wow.
short holidays,
Why?
because home was far. It was far, so with the short holidays, the Easter and the September holidays, I would visit one of the woman was a worker there. She was working at the kitchen. She was cooking for us. So she just, I don't know, she was just sent by God. because,
Okay.
yes, because she took that responsibility
Okay.
that Neliswa, I really don't mind if you can just come and visit at my house over the short holidays because you are staying very far.
Okay.
Because back then, uh, the money, the transportation, the money for transportation, it was 200 from Queenstown to Mthatha, then from Mthatha to Bizana, it was another 200. And my mother was unemployed.
Okay.
So I was only dependent on the grant money, of which it was not even enough.
Okay.
Yes.
So only for shorter holidays you were with his aunt. Or
Yes.
for longer you were at home.
Going home. Yes.
All right, no problem. I do understand you. Now, uh, I want you to tell our viewers today at home,
Yes.
growing up from your family, from the time they found out that you are a person living with a disability, and then when you started maybe going out into your community as a person living with a disability, how did the community and your parents, your siblings, how did they treat you?
Okay. All right. That's a very sensitive part of it.
The
Okay.
alternative part we wanted.
All right. All right. Okay. So let me start from when I was young.
Okay.
Yes. I can say the family welcomed me because, okay, they just welcomed me since I was already born. Let me just put it that way. They
Yeah.
welcomed me as a family since I was already on earth.
Okay.
Yes. They were supportive here and there, but like I never got the full support. Okay, so before I even started my grades, I was in hospital for a very long time because
Okay.
from birth I suffered from polio.
All right.
So I was at hospital for a very long time, very long time. But after that, I started my grade one. I think I was 7 years, 7 or 8,
Okay.
when I started my grade one. I attended my grade one and grade two at public school.
Okay.
Yes, well, it wasn't a special school for people like me. It was just a normal school for
Were you in
everybody.
a wheelchair by then?
I was in a wheelchair.
About seven,
Like
8 years.
yes, from a very young age, I
Okay.
was in a wheelchair. I never walked.
Okay.
Yes, I never walked. I never used crutches. I was just on the wheelchair full time
Okay.
until now. So the treatment at school, it was fine. It was fine. I cannot say anything. It was fine for the past 2 years that I studied there. Then
Yes.
after then, I was transferred then to a special school.
Yes.
So in the community, I cannot say that they treated me bad because they were just used to me because I was in the community for that 2 years, which I was studying at the public school. So obviously they would see me every day coming in, going
Yeah.
out, see. And then I went then to the boarding school. So
Yeah.
I was not full time there
But
at
there were
home.
moments there
There were
in
moments,
your
yes.
community whereby you felt like crying. What were
Yes.
those moments?
Yes. Those moments. Okay. Those moments, okay. I remember one time
Yeah.
when I was doing grade one, I was still young, doing the grade one, and then I have my teacher in class who's full time there. So I asked my teacher, can I please go out? I want to go to the loon. So the teacher said, no, it's not break time. You should sit there until break time. That time I was really pressed. It was bad. It was bad because I messed up on myself.
Yeah.
So I felt very bad because I knew that if it was the other child, not me, she was gonna let her go. But because if it was me, so like she just had an attitude against me.
Oh.
Yes, the teacher had a very, very, very strange
Was this a
attitude at
special
me.
school?
It was not a special school,
Oh.
it was a public school. Yes. And then for the community, yeah, that one is still a really struggle up until now because most of the time you find that maybe if I wanna go to hospital or I wanna go to town, obviously I'm using the public transport.
Yeah.
And I'll get different attitudes from the drivers.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, some will tease you, some will tell you that, hey, even your wheelchair is giving us the problem. Where are we going to put it? Why are you going? You must pay for your chair and yourself. So that means I'll have to pay double for myself and the
Yeah.
chair
Yeah. Yeah.
because I'm I'm going by myself. I'm not going with someone. So
Yeah.
such
Yeah.
things. And then going back to the family, yeah, okay. When I was doing grade 10, because I was at the boarding school then, um, it happened that I fell pregnant.
Okay.
I was doing grade 10 and I was at school. So there comes a time where I was supposed to go back home
Yeah.
because I was due on that month. I went back home. Then when I get there, okay, my mother was there. I went to hospital, then I came back. The child is fine, doesn't have any complications. But now the problem was after I had my son, that's where I think problems started. Even though they were already there, but at least maybe they were not showing any signs. But
Okay.
after I had a child, then that's when the problem started at home. Because what happened was, uh, actually it started with my mother because my siblings were very supportive up until now. It's just that we don't have communication
Okay.
at all. We are five at home. I'm
Okay.
only communicating with two of my sisters. And then the rest, we're just not talking. We're not communicating at all. I don't know the reason behind that
Okay.
because we never fight. We never fought. So with my mother, because I think she's the one who has that bad influence towards them.
Okay.
Maybe she told them to turn their backs on me or something. I don't know. Because what I noticed a lot is that, okay, it started from the social grant money, the disability grant, because she was the one who was
Handling
like
it.
she was handling the money because yes, she was handling the money up until I was 18 years.
Okay.
And then what happened was, as I just mentioned earlier, that on the short holidays I would go to the aunt and you see, yeah. So what happened with that money? Like my mother never supported me that much. Even if I would say now, I don't have, Mama, I don't have toiletries. Can you please send me money?
Which was your money.
Which it was my money. She would tell me that I don't have money. Yeah, I paid school fees for my brother and stuff. She would just have many excuses that they aren't. That's when she decided that now you'll be my full responsibility. May her soul rest in peace. That woman was really, she was my, like, I got love from that woman.
Yeah, yeah,
She was not my relative. She was nothing to me. She just met me there at school. I
yeah,
was a
yeah.
student and she was there to work. But she was fully supportive, very fast supportive. So what happened was, okay, I left the child and went back to school. I left the child with my mother. So now it became very, very worse than before. Because now my mother, okay, she had my grant, she had my child's grant, but at the same time, I was not getting anything. Whether I want what, or I want to go, maybe the school trips, or maybe I'm going for sports because I was playing sports at school. I wouldn't get anything from my mother, but that woman would give me money, or she would just buy whatever that I needed at that time. Up until, okay, it went on and on and on up until the grant was supposed to be changed now because I was over 18 years.
Yes.
So it has to be changed to my name, and to be like I had to pay. I had to get it from like, yeah. So what happened was, even though I was now the one who was getting the grant, the card was with me, but still I was forced not to do anything with my grant, but to send the money to my mother. My mother was,
Really?
yes, she was working on an organization for people with disability, but it was various disabilities. Like, it was not specific for people with physical challenges and stuff,
Okay.
because some of them were mentally disturbed and stuff.
Yes.
So she was working on that organization. But still, I had to send the money to mom, and maybe I'll be left with 200,
Why
but the
was that?
rest, I still don't have answers. I don't want to lie. I really don't have answers. I don't have. Up until I finished my matric, I passed. I'm the first child who passed the matric at home. I'm the last born at home. Then after the matric, I came to Joburg. Then that's when I started to tell her that, Mom, now I'm going I want to carry on with my studies. I want to study more. So I will take this money and do my needs there in Joburg. Because there I don't have relatives. I don't know where I'm going, but I want to look for something. All right. I came to Joburg. I got a learnership. Fortunately enough, we had an accommodation there for that 1 year. So I did that learnership up until it ended. So now I had to, there comes a time whereby there were graduations. We had graduations there. Then here was me having no money, didn't know where to start. I didn't know where I was going to wear and stuff. And everybody was busy preparing for themselves. And the money I sent them to mom because she was busy forcing. And if I don't send that money, the insults that I'll get from her, it was too much.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yo.
It was too much. It was too much, so I was forced to send the money to her, whether I like it or not.
We have got Neliswa here. Neliswa, actually, Ncinitwa, on this Curiosity podcast show, sharing with us her story, which is rather a little bit disturbing. However, these are the challenges that we as disabled people face in our lifetime. And there are many, many challenging stories that we as disabled people face. You know, Neliswa, as you started school at a later stage when you were about 7, grade 1 on age, I was 13 years. I was 13 years. When I went to the actual grade R, not even grade 1, grade R, that's where I spoke for myself and said, you know what, ma'am, I've done this before. I've done grade R at my community, but I was only visiting. I was never full time in that. And my other siblings were assisting me with some words, I was like writing umama, writing ubaba, and all that. And I said to this teacher, you know what? I've been to this class, can and then she said, really? You did grade R? And I said, yes. And then she wrote some words on the board. Luckily, those were the words whom my other siblings taught me, like umama, ubaba. The only word that was a bit troubling me was umalume because it had L,
L,
and
yes.
I did not know the L
Period.
alphabet. But then, luckily also, I had them gossiping. They were the cleaner of the class and the teacher. And then she said, right, umalume, you know. Luckily,
Okay.
I've got sharp ears. And then I said, umalume, not even sure that was umalume. On me saying that, there was ululating in class. And then they said, you know what, you don't belong here. Let's go to grade 1. On that day, when I was starting at a special school in Newcastle, they said, move to grade 1. And on grade 1, that was in April when I started the special school, at the age of 13 years, in April 15. Yeah, and it was my birthday, yeah. Then they
Wow.
moved me to grade 1. In September, they moved me to grade 2.
Wow.
Yeah. And I finished matric in 2010. I only
Okay.
did about 11 years in school. And I don't remember even failing even a term.
Damn.
That's how I loved school. And many people with disabilities are being not given this opportunity. And many people will actually argue with me and say I'm lying if I said I only started school in the year 2000 and in April.
Wow. Wow. That's
So it's
amazing.
very, very important for us to study, but some some people are being hidden at their homes and not studying.
Yes.
Please do tell me, Neliswa, what would you like to say to the community? How can the community assist you? Because I see you need a lot of assistance. And the taxis, it's an embarrassment when it comes to us using taxis now, public transport. It's a, even if whether you're late or early, they don't care. And
It's
even the
true.
buses, which are accommodative to us, but the drivers, their attitude is
That's
so
true.
bad. I never wished actually me to get somebody fired from their job. But what happened the other day, I did not care. But nonetheless, I did not report that person. I let it pass. That's because of how I am. How would you like the community to assist you?
Okay. All right. I would like the community to assist me, but not just me alone at the same time,
Yeah,
because
yeah, yeah.
we, it's a lot of us, people living with disabilities. So, firstly, I would like the community to treat us equally like other people, like other normal people. And even on the buses, like all the transport modes, I really wish that they could treat us equally. And then at the same the same time, as I am standing here today, I'm a single mom who's unemployed. For the past 6 years now, I'm unemployed. I really wish that companies would really consider us. I really wish. I really wish. And yesterday I went for an interview. So it was a call center somewhere in Randburg.
Yeah.
I went there. They told us to be there at 7:30. Okay, I was never been on sales before, so it was a call center for sales, obviously. I failed the interview. You know the reason behind it. Okay, because firstly there was a first assessment, which was it was a written assessment. I
Yeah.
passed that assessment. Then the second one, it was a telephonic interview. Then the third one was gonna be the face-to-face interview. So I failed the
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 telephonic one.
telephone yes, the telephonical one. And then when they called me on the other office, they were trying to explain why I failed the interview. Okay, so when the lady explained, she said that I must be a good listener. I need to boost my listening skills. You know why? She she said something, so I said, I beg your pardon. So that's where it went all wrong. I
How?
beg your pardon. So she repeated what she was asking. Then I answered. But at the end of the day, I failed the interview, the whole of the interview. So anyway, it wasn't. I was I was
Probably.
not even offended because at the end of the day, they told us that when we start we need to be there at 8 o'clock until 8 at night. So now I was asking myself, how am I going to survive? How am I going to get the transport from work 8 p.m.? So I was like, it doesn't matter. But, but yeah, I
Yeah.
would really, really, really like companies to consider us because I could see sometimes you'll find that a person has got many qualification or maybe he's have that one qualification maybe the person has started but she would never get a job, she'll never get a permanent job.
Yeah. Yeah.
Where they push us, they only push us to those learnerships, and it's really tiring to start a year knowing that I have to go and apply for a learnership. Then the next year, maybe around February or March, the learnership ends. Then you have to start over again. We are humans. We need money. We need to support our families. Some of us have kids. Some of us have family responsibilities. Like there's a lot that's happening. It's a lot that's happening, and we don't have support. We
Yeah.
really don't get the support from the community, from the corporate world. It's the same. Oh, and then one more thing.
Oh.
One more thing. Uh, I would like. I don't know if I'm right if I ask that request from here, but
Yeah.
okay.
Go
Let me
ahead.
just. Okay, thank you. Um. Uh. I have a request from the sponsors, whoever would like to sponsor me. I'm one person I'm staying alone where I'm staying. I'm staying alone with my daughter. I have 3 kids, by the way. I'm staying with my last born. So I'm on my own. I go everywhere I wanna go by myself. And then with the mode of transport, obviously, is an issue, but not that issue. And then I'll have to push myself wherever I go. So now my request is, I would like to request sponsors for maybe to get a new chair because the one is already broken. Even more especially a mobilized one, I think it would really help me because most of the time I'm on my own. I'm pushing myself and it's getting tiring. I'm getting tired
Yeah,
most
yeah.
of it because I'm alone. I'm doing it full time. This is my full time job. So I would really appreciate if I can get the sponsors for the wheelchair and for employment because it's really stressing. It's really stressing for like being a parent, being a single parent, and then everything is just on you.
Yeah,
You are
yeah.
responsible for everything. I would really appreciate. Thank you.
Neliswa, you don't have to worry much. You will get that mobilized wheelchair. You will get that job that you
I would
want.
really appreciate it.
Because we are appealing to the community out there to please take us into consideration, whatever your plans may be. Do not forget that those disabled people, more or so, those who are very much educated but still stay at home when they've got so much responsibility which they can't even handle. Many commit suicide. Just last week, a disabled fellow committed suicide because of some stress that the families give us. Too much of the stress, and we can't even handle, and we still have disability stress on top of that, you know. But nonetheless, all this phase will definitely pass. And we are here as the Curiosity Podcast Show to remove all those stigmatization and then try our level best so that their families consider us as humans, the community consider us as humans because we are, no matter what you say, and we're the part of the community, and we are here to stay. This is your host, Zenzele Dlamini of the Curiosity Podcast Show. Thank you, Neliswa, for being here and assisting me in, answering all those
Thank you
questions.
very much.
Thank you
Thank
very
you.
much.